People can get excited. But God is not just interested in us being excited. Oh, praise the Lord. It's not enough for you to be on fire today. Are you going to be on fire 5 years from now? Will you be on fire 20 years from now? Will you be on fire? Because these people would get excited. They got excited. Someone got excited. But then they drifted away. And unfortunately, in 586 BC, the Babylonians came on the temple. They destroyed Solomon's temple. And they took, nobody knows where the ark goes, but from that time, the ark was no more. Now, that's when God raised people like the prophet Haggai, who began to prophesy because they had seen the old temple. And they began to, God began to send men to rebuild. And we know that, Nehemiah came to build the wall. Ezra helped build the temple and reinstitute the sacrifice. But the sad thing about the second temple, it was a beautiful temple, but no ark. Sacrifices continued to be offered. Daily, they would bring lambs and bulls and sacrifice them, but no ark. The priests would wear their garments and go through all the rituals and go through all the motions, but there was no ark. And it didn't seem to bother them. They actually continued doing these sacrifices until 70 AD, because the new temple was built around 516 BC. And for another 600 years, they have another temple. Every day they're going through the rituals. Every day they're going through the motions. They go and do the sacrifices and offer. And everything is done as if God is there, but God is not there. Even Jesus Christ was the tabernacle walking among them. Jesus was the presence of God walking among the people. He was, but they didn't even recognize that Jesus was there. They just continued doing their sacrifices. They were so used to the sacrifices. They loved the tradition of men. They loved the rituals of men. They loved just going through the motions than touching God himself. Until God, I believe it was the act of God. God sends the Romans in 70 AD and they destroyed the second temple. And since then, they've never been able to build another temple. But the beautiful thing that happened out of destroying the second temple is God forced them to stop the sacrifices. Praise the Lord. Because for a long time, they're doing sacrifices, but the sacrifices are useless. Because the original intention, all these things that people would go through, it was to lead them to the presence of God.